Came with an aftermarket controller, not bad, but very, very clean after I wiped it down and everything, and it works great, so that's not a problem. Then it came with an extension cable, very, very cool. You know, these are always useful just to have around, you never know. And then it came with 3 memory cards. It came with one aftermarket Pelican brand one, and that one's pretty clean. It's a 59 block, but then it came with 2 official ones. And these ones are both the 251 block memory cards. So very, very cool to get a couple of those to add to the collection. I always keep the first party brand stuff. You know, no matter what it is, if it's like a Rumble Pack, a memory card, cords, whatever it is, I'll always keep, you know, first party stuff. But anyways, we asked if they had, you know, any other games and stuff, but they said no, the only thing we have left is the GameCube with the memory cards and the controller and stuff, no cords or anything. But I said, you know, I asked if they had any games, and they said, no, we sold our games yesterday, which would have been Friday, and that bummed me out because I didn't know that the community sale was a Friday thing as well. I thought it was a Saturday, Sunday, not a Friday, Saturday. So that was a pretty big disappointment. But anyways, we got home, or I'll tell you what I paid for the GameCube. The GameCube and the memory cards and the controller and the extension and stuff was only $5, which is incredible. Very, very nice deal for a GameCube. That's definitely a garage sale price. You know, that's the kind of price that, you know, I want to get rid of it kind of price. So that's very, very cool. But anyways, we got home and we plugged in all the memory cards, and of course every single game on it was a masterpiece game. I mean, Mario Party 4, 5, Mario Sunshine, Mario Baseball, Mario Golf, Zelda Wind Waker, Fire Emblem, Animal Crossing. I mean, all the games that were saved on it were incredible games. So of course I'm assuming the games that they were selling that sold on Friday were all those games. It was probably going to be like $1 a piece kind of game, cause just based on how cheap the GameCube was itself. I'm assuming the games were either $1, like 50 cents a piece or something, which just blows my mind. Unfortunately, I did not know that this sale was going on Friday, but you know, you can't always get to every sale every single time there's a sale on a certain day. It just doesn't happen all the time. But it is a bummer to find out that those were the kind of games that they probably had that they sold. But at least we didn't walk away empty-handed. I mean, still got the GameCube at least, so that's not too bad, I guess. But still, it would have been nice to get your hands on some really nice games like that, you know what I mean? So, but anyway, not bad. So anyways, after that, we went downtown a little ways. We heard of another community sale. By the way, we could not really find this community sale. We kind of drove around for a good 20 minutes just trying to find it. And anyways, me and Tyler just, you know, we're like, well, let's take a side tangent. We just kept going down through some neighborhoods, and we found this one guy's garage sale. At this time it was like 7:15, 7:20, somewhere in there. The guy said, I'm not set up yet. I'm not fully set up till 8, but he still had his stuff out. So we asked, you know, could we still look around and maybe, you know, could still consider maybe selling something early. He's like, sure. So anyways, I asked him if he had any video game stuff. And he said, yeah, there's a table of a couple things right there. And he pointed right over to this stuff, which was incredible, guys. I had never seen one of these at a garage sale before, and I'm glad I picked it up. We have here a fat PS3 console, guys. Very, very nice shape. It's got some scratching, but it's very, very clean otherwise. Very, very cool. I have never gotten my hands on one of these before, except for once a long time ago when I was trying to find Tyler a PS3. I picked up a partially semi-working one, if you will, off of Craigslist because I thought it would have lasted longer until I could afford him a real good working one. But the thing only ended up working for like 3 days, so it didn't really end up working out. But anyways, guys, the crazy thing about this is it was only $10. And he didn't say if it worked or not. He did not say anything about it. But I did look at it. It has been opened before. The sticker has been removed, the warranty sticker. So that kind of got me to wonder if it probably had like the yellow light of death or, you know, a bad laser, something like that. And it really kind of worried me. But for $10, I could not complain whether it worked or not. I was just so excited to see a PS3 at a garage sale for $10, especially the first model. And the best part about it is the backwards compatible one. And I've been trying to find that for so long just because it's such a cool, unique console to have. They only made it for the first, you know, year that the PS3 was out. And the only thing wrong with it is it doesn't play PS1 games too well. I already tried it, and it, you know, it struggles loading a PS1 disc. Will play PS2 games just fine, which is cool. I'm not going to use it for PS1 or PS2 or anything. I'm more nostalgic to the original consoles. But it is pretty cool that it still, you know, has that, you know, hookups and everything to it. It's at least the first model PS3, which is really cool. So I'm very excited to have found that for $10. And he had a couple bucks on this game. It is for the Wii, but since I bought the PS3, he just let me take this with. He just bundled it together with it. And that is EA Sports NBA Live 09 All Play. Nothing too exciting, but it is 100% complete. It did have, it was in the GameStop, paper sleeve there, but I could always use that for disc only or whatever. But anyways, it is complete. For free, I couldn't complain, so that was very, very cool. So yeah, the PS3 didn't have any cords or controller or anything, but I did have a power cord that does fit it, and I do have plenty of AVs, and I have plenty of extra controllers for myself, so I'll definitely be hanging on to that PS3 just because I know it works great. I left it on even. I had it set to factory reset, and it did take like about an hour and a half for it to do that, and it ran for an hour and a half straight, no problems at all. And it ran PS3 games, perfectly fine. So I think this system is perfectly fine. I just don't know why it was opened. It did have to have the AV reset, where you have to hold the power button for a certain amount of seconds and stuff like that, because it would not turn on right away. So maybe that's the reason why the guy that had it opened it up, because maybe he didn't know that trick. But anyway, very, very cool. I was very excited to see that at garage sale, especially for that price. That's just unbelievable. So very cool. All right, and then we went to another neighborhood. This was more, we were getting kind of done for the day about this time. This was, because I was starting to kind of run out of money. It was kind of crazy, I know, but I didn't have a whole lot on me at the time. I had to, I think we went and got more or something like, I don't remember. But it was, kind of like, we were heading towards that home, our home base at home here, but we had a tight schedule pretty much. We had to, go meet our sister out for breakfast because she was visiting out here from Illinois, and she wanted to have breakfast with us. And that was kind of like a, one-time thing really, so we didn't have a whole lot of time to go out and garage sale. That's why we were out so early. But it was kind of like a time crunch, so we had to kind of head home. And this was about 8:30 at this time, I think, is by the time we got towards home. We didn't find much between that PS3 to this next sale that I'm going to show you. But we went to this one sale. And this was a couple neighborhoods away from us. I mean, probably it's a walking distance, pretty much, to this neighborhood from our house. From our new house we're at now and our old house. But anyway, this is really cool. This was a pretty good find. Nothing too spectacular, but definitely worth picking up, especially for the price that I got it at. So, anyways, first thing here. These are all like plug-and-play style things. But anyways, first thing here is the Texas Hold'em TV poker. Very, very cool. I hadn't seen one of these before. I thought that was pretty interesting, so that's cool. And it came with 4 of the controllers. Very nice shape. It holds up to 6 controllers, but the people that had this only had 4, but that's not bad. And then, this is probably one of the biggest hack things I've ever seen in my life. It is pretty much like an Action 52 cartridge on NES. Every single game on here is a rip-off of the original. And some of them are even the Japanese, Famicom versions of the games. But we have a Super Joystick 3, and it looks like an N64 controller, which this thing is the console itself, which is very odd. It has the AV plug here, and the power cord there. And you can plug in, this is a very, very odd thing. You can plug in a Sega Genesis controller to it. This is what came with it. It's basically a Sega Genesis controller. There's that. And then it also came with a light gun or a zapper, whatever you want to call it. But there's that. And the thing has 80 games on it. And the thing is that they're all like well-known games. Like there was like Super Mario Brothers on there from NES, Donkey Kong 1, 2, and 3, Ice Climber, Excite Bike. A lot of the black box titles and stuff too. What else was there? There was like, trying to think. There was like Adventure Island, but it was the Famicom version. It's a really, really, poor man's version of NES games, but they're the original games. But the audio doesn't work on it at all, I don't think. So it's kind of a really crappy rundown thing. But I think Tyler looked it up. It's like a $30 thing or something like that. So it's kind of like a hard thing to find. I mean, especially with all the pieces. I've seen one like that before at Goodwill, but I never really wanted to get it just because of how crappy it looked. So I didn't really pick it up, but now I got a full, complete one. So that's not bad. And it did come with the manual paper here. which is nice to have because, you know, it's pretty much as close to completing the box as you can get without the box. So that's cool. And then, this was really, really cool. I found another one of these, and that is a Miss Pac-Man plug and play. Very, very clean, not in bad shape at all. I thought that was cool to find in here. And that also came with the manual, which is very cool. And then we also have another plug and play TV games manual as well. And what this all came in was one of these big Sterilite tubs, one of the drawers, you know, which I'll definitely hang on to just because this will definitely help store some stuff that I could definitely, you know, get out of the way a little bit at least. So that was definitely really cool that they all these, like, you know, little plug and plays and stuff came in that drawer. And the lady was asking $10 for it all, and I came back at her with $5, and she took it. So very, very cool find. I was definitely excited at that. You know, it was just a bunch. It wasn't like a bunch of official stuff. It's just a bunch of plug and play stuff. But it is video game related, so I couldn't pass it up for $5. So very cool. All right, now we'll get into the gold find, guys. This was literally right across the street from that lot that I just showed you. And I am so glad we stopped by this yard sale, guys, or garage sale. It was incredible. Never underestimate what the yard sale or garage sale looks like, guys. Like I'm saying right now, this place had no potential whatsoever of having video games. This yard sale or garage sale, there was nothing that looked ever close to video games or anything of the sort. I mean, this lady had like old knickknacks out, dishware. What else? There was some DVDs. There was like some old VHS player, like VCRs and stuff laying out. Some glasses and stuff, but nothing you would ever expect to, you know, there was nothing there that looked like it was video game related. So we were just kind of looking around and stuff. We hadn't gotten to asking the question, you know, do you have video games yet? And we were looking at some of her stuff. I decided to buy this from her. I saw this. This was cool. This was only 25 cents. It's one of them Coca-Cola glasses. You can get these at like the Dollar Tree or whatever for like $1. But I decided to pick it up because it was pretty cool. I love Coca-Cola stuff, so that was really cool. For 25 cents, I couldn't complain. So I saw that in her stuff. But her son came out. Her son was probably about maybe mid to late 20s. She looked like she was probably in her mid-40s. So she was a little bit older lady. Not too old, but, you know, you get the idea. Anyways, her son came out. He's, you know, a little bit, you know, in the probably like 27, 28 range, I would say. Anyways, he comes out, and he starts talking. He's like, hey, Mom, what do you want to do with the Wii? And at that moment, I was kind of thinking, you know, this sounds pretty good. They have a Wii. She was talking about, she's like, oh, I was thinking about bringing it up, but I'm not sure yet. And then when they stopped talking for a second, I was like, hey, that's funny. I was just about to ask you guys if you had any video game stuff. And this guy, I believe his name was Derek. I didn't find it out till I, you know, was reading some of the stuff that he owned that I bought from him. But he's like, oh yeah, I actually do got some stuff that I don't play anymore. He's like, I've got a PS1, a PS2, and he's like, I think I have a Super Nintendo. And at that point, my heart was rushing on the inside. I didn't show it, you know, poker face the whole time. So was Tyler. Mm-hmm. But at this point, he was like, you know, if you guys can wait a few minutes, I can go dig it all out and, you know, bring it out to you guys. And he's like, I was like, okay, yeah, we can wait for you. It's all right, no big deal. And so anyway, he grabbed this huge box from the garage that they had been storing stuff in. He took this. It was like a mattress pad box, big box. I mean, probably like, I'm trying to think, like, you know, guys know like a mini refrigerator. You know, those come in like boxes. It was like that kind of size of a box. He took that, and I already automatically assumed the stuff that he was going to bring was going to be a massive amount. And so we waited for about 5 minutes, and he came out with this huge box full of stuff, guys. So here we go. We're going to get into it.